never taken money from the Israel lobby, have you?
Taken money from the Israel...
From AIPAC.
So AIPAC raises a lot of money for me, but it's actually a misnomer because the people who raise money are individuals. Right. So it's not the PAC itself, but they're individual members who believe in the American-Israeli friendship and relationship.
Is AIPAC a foreign lobby?
No, it's an American lobby. It's the AIPAC stands for the America-Israeli Political Action Committee.
What does it lobby for?
So, to be honest, not a whole lot effectively. Listen, I came into Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Great.
And I've worked every day to do that. AIPAC, a lot of times, AIPAC, I wish were much more effective. Like, there are folks online who are in the fever swamp of terrified of AIPAC, and AIPAC...
I'm not terrified of AIPAC at all. You're the one who seems a little uncomfortable when I'm asking.
No, not uncomfortable at all.
I'm just asking what AIPAC does. My understanding, having known a lot of people who work at AIPAC, is that it lobbies on behalf of the Israeli government.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's objectively
when was the last time AIPAC took a position that deviated from Prime Minister Netanyahu?
All the time.
Name one.
Okay. Let me go back and give a little history. If you want to do a deep dive on AIPAC,
I don't. I want to do a shallow dive that gets...
No.
I want to get to the core question. AIPAC is lobbying for a foreign government. And it's not.
No.
It's lobbying for the United States.
It is lobbying for a strong U.S.-Israeli relationship.
Okay. So it has nothing to do with the foreign government.
It wants America and Israel to be closely allied.
Okay.
To be clear, the $3.8 billion that we provide Israel every single year is part of legislation that passed under the Obama administration, a 10-year program, which is set to expire in 2026. So that fight is coming up because I'm sure Israel is going to expect our Congress to re-up and potentially increase the amount of money they can expect from American taxpayers on a yearly basis. In the case of Israel, though, what's really interesting is on top of that $3.8 billion that they receive every single year, you have presidents, and Biden certainly did this literally over 100 times during his administration. He just he bypassed Congress altogether to provide Israel with tens of billions of dollars in additional military support and military funding. And Trump has done similar things during the short stint he's had in his second term. And I want to kind of understand, what have you as a congresswoman experienced kind of like behind the scenes? Like, what is it about Israel in particular that gets our lawmakers to just be unwavering in their support and their willingness to shell out endless amounts of money to that country?
There is no country all over the world that gets the attention, the funding, the dedication, the amount of votes, legislation, resolutions other than Israel. As a matter of fact, we've voted, I think it's over 21 to 23 resolutions denouncing anti-Semitism, denouncing anything happening towards Jewish people since I've been a member of Congress, January of 2021. And I've never seen resolutions for any other cause like that in that number. Part of it is there's Christians in America that really believe that verse in Genesis, bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. And they believe that applies today to the secular government of Israel. I personally don't believe that, and I'm a Christian. We don't believe in that verse in Genesis, meaning that covers up everything that Jesus did. But I think that holds a lot of power over many of my colleagues and a certain percentage of Americans today. But I think the separation of understanding that being against what the secular government, nuclear armed government of Israel is doing, it doesn't make you an anti-Semitic person. It doesn't make you against Jewish people.
How much of a factor do you think it is that members of Congress know that if they oppose Israeli funding, that mainstream media will come down on them like a ton of bricks? That they'll be accused of being anti-Semites, that their career will be threatened, etc.
Oh yeah, big time. It's ridiculous. So you've got everybody from Mark Levine to Ben Shapiro to Laura Loomer. You've got the establishment media will call you an anti-Semite. Newspapers, You'll get phone calls from all kinds of people, asking, what's the matter with you? Yeah, the pressure is real, but I think the American people see through it, and the tide is rapidly changing. And
if you look at this, right, like really closely, you can't help but ask the same question that Anna Kasparian is asking. Why are they spending so much money in the Middle East? Why are they giving Israel so much money? And like most people have said, Israel has a surplus. The government has a surplus. It means they make more money than they spend in a year. That was all before the whole disastrous war in Gaza. Why America spends more than it makes, but yet still America is carving out checks for Israel like no issue. So the question now becomes, why are they doing it? What is America's interest in the Middle East? Are they just being the good older brother? Or there is a sinister interest in this whole transaction? Now, I have seen people where I've watched videos of people who have speculated. Remember, I use speculated because there is no proof that Israel is not just an ordinary ally of America, but Israel is like a state of America in the Middle East. And Israel is there to do America's dirty job. That America does not want to get their hands dirty, and so they let Israel do the dirty work for them. That's what people have speculated, that America wants to keep the Middle East under check. And they are using Israel to do that. And that is why they will defend Israel. They will never condemn Israel. They will never be against anything that Israel do. And they will give them much more money than they even need. You see, America will come up and tell you that we are a people who stand for universal human rights, that we uphold universal human rights, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, liberty for all. They will say all these things, and you will see them at the same time giving weapons to Israel to bomb Gaza, to kill Palestinians. They will give them weapons to shoot at Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, Iran, and of lately, Qatar. How can you be in a community where you are fighting all your neighbors? How can you alone be in a community where you view yourself as the victim? You view yourself as the weaker party. You view yourself as the loner in that community. And you are shouting at the top of your voice about how you have to protect yourself because your neighbors don't like you. They don't want you to exist. And at the same time, with the same breath, you are attacking all your neighbors. How do we square these two things? How can someone, in this situation, the state of Israel, claim to be the victim and at the same time the perpetrator? How does this whole thing square out? But that is what we see. In America, you will see people suffering. I mean, no, let's be clear, right? They have a way more better life than we do in Africa. That is true. What I'm saying is the lives of the people should have been way more better than it is had all the money they spend on fighting wars and destroying other countries were diverted to helping the people in their country. There are a lot of homeless people in America, like a lot. There are a lot of beggars in America, like a lot. There are a lot of junkies in America. And you will expect that the government will spend more time trying to solve this problem. After all, that is the main objective, or should be the first priority of any government, their people. That's what you would expect, or that's what you would think. But that doesn't happen. America would rather spend so much money in foreign wars than on their people. They will rather invade other countries, dethrone other governments, than spend that money on ordinary Americans who might need the money the most. They won't do that. That is why you see Kasparian and Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that we don't understand what is going on. How come we who are in debt are funding those who are saving or who have savings in their account? We are in a deficit and at the same time funding those who are in a surplus. How does this square out? How does this square out? But let me tell you something, right? In all my years of doing these things and of really following geopolitics very, very closely because I love it, I have come to realize that there is no free lunch. Government don't just give things or give out checks or donations like that. There is always an interest in it. When America fund things in Africa, it's not because they love Africans. It's not because they want to see Africans thrive and grow. No. It's not about that. It's because they have an interest in doing that. So when the government of America is cutting out checks for Israel, there is an interest in it. They might not tell us, but believe me, there is. There is an interest as to why they are giving Israel an open check to feel how much amount they want.